what is happening? This is Linus, you're watching TechLine, and this is the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Lite, the Note for the masses. So Samsung decided to make a cheaper version of the popular Samsung Galaxy Note 10 than the Note 10 Plus, but they had to make quite a few trade-offs in order to make this a cheaper device. The Galaxy Note 10 Lite costs at least a few $100 less. That's why it might be a good deal for those who love the S Pen, but they don't want to spend a flagship phone price. In this video, I'm gonna tell you all the pros and cons of this device, so you can make the buying decision yourself. The design of the Note 10 Lite is similar to both flagship and upper mid-range class devices from Samsung. The phone feels premium thanks to a metal chassis, high-quality buttons, and glass on the front. Samsung has not specified material used in the backplate, but it feels like plastic to me. For example, it feels the same as the backplate used on the Galaxy A50 or A70. In other words, the backplate is made of what Samsung calls a 3D glasstic material, which is essentially a highly polished plastic material with premium glass-like glossy surface and gradients, so it's not real glass, but it's made to look and feel like glass. I did my best with the explanation here, I hope you get me. I don't have the Note 10 Plus at the moment, but here's how the Lite looks next to the regular Note 10. It's significantly taller and wider. Also, here is how the Note 10 Lite looks next to the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. Lastly, if we compare the Note 10 Lite to the Galaxy S10 Lite, they look very similar both in terms of sheer size, design, and look and feel. However, the Note 10 Lite is slightly taller, just a tad wider, and a little bit thicker. I would say that the regular Note 10 is more comfortable to hold in the hand, but the Lite model has a much larger 6.7-inch display that I found to be really nice and sharp. It's got deep blacks, great contrast and color accuracy, and good outdoor visibility. The buttons are on the right side, which are easy to reach. For example, the flagship Note has the keys on the left side, which has always been a weird choice by Samsung if you ask me. A 32 megapixels camera is implemented in this tiny punch hole, so you don't need to deal with any notches or things of that nature. On the back we have an array of cameras that consists of ultra-wide, wide or the main shooter, and telephoto lens. Both the primary and zoom cameras are coupled with optical image stabilization. I'll talk about optical performance in just a bit. The S Pen is what sets the Note series apart from the competition. I think that a lot of people admire the S Pen for its functionality and the fact that it increases your productivity. However, not everyone's ready to shell out top dollar for the flagship Note, and the Note 10 Lite is Samsung's answer. The company wants to bring the Note series and its useful stylus to the masses. With the S Pen, you can take notes, off-screen memos, draw, magnify, glance, highlight the text, sign the documents, and so on and so forth. Some people simply like scrolling through the menus with the S Pen. You can also use the air gestures. For example, you can use the S Pen as the remote control to take pictures or switch between main and selfie cameras. What is a little bit frustrating is that you cannot switch between different camera modes like on the regular Note 10 or the Note 10 Plus, at least for now when the phone still runs on an early software build, but I'm not sure if Samsung is going to bring this feature with the future software updates. Overall, the S Pen definitely increases your productivity in one way or another. You just need to master all of the features to make the best out of it. I'm glad that Samsung released a cheaper and more affordable Note for the stylus or the S Pen fans. A 4500 mAh battery is inside of this phone and it performs really well. I could get 13 hours of screen on time when I use the phone mostly for YouTube and social media and playing with the S Pen. If you use the phone more intensively, you can still expect to get about 10 hours of screen on time. There is also a 25 watts fast charging support, but no wireless charging like on the flagship Note 10 or the Note 10 Plus. Other key features include an in-display fingerprint scanner that I found to be accurate, yet it's not the fastest I've seen. To compensate that, there is a reliable and fast face unlock feature that works well in all lighting conditions. Other features of the Note 10 Lite include a microSD card slot for storage expansion, a headphone jack that provides good audio, and a pretty good bottom-firing loudspeaker. However, I wish the phone had a dual stereo speaker system like the flagship Note 10. A few downsides: the phone is neither dust nor water resistant, just like the S10 Lite. I think that's a major shortcoming for the phone that costs around €600. You should also know that there is no LED notification light, but we do have a highly customizable always-on display. At the time of the product release, Samsung didn't reveal the actual chipset inside the Note 10 Lite. The reason for that is pretty simple. The phone runs on an Exynos 9810 CPU, the same chipset that was used in the Samsung Galaxy S9 that was released in 2018. That may be the reason why the Note 10 Lite is slightly cheaper than the Samsung Galaxy S10 Lite, which runs on a flagship-grade Snapdragon 855. Even though the chipset is outdated, it's still capable of handling pretty much all of the 3D games you throw at it. I didn't have any issues playing games like Asphalt 9, Asphalt Extreme, Shadow Fight 3, and even the PUBG on the highest graphics settings. The Note 10 Lite runs on Android 10 and we have the One UI 2.0 skin by Samsung. That means that you can customize the phone in a variety of ways and play with many different settings. Just to name a few, I like the dark mode, which looks nice on a sharp AMOLED screen. Also, I got used to Samsung's gesture-based navigation system and I like the variety of advanced features even though I don't use them all. My 2-year-old Galaxy S9 Plus runs on the same chipset as the Note 10 Lite and is still a very fast phone on a daily basis. Same can be said about the Note. The device feels fluid and responsive all the time. That means that the Exynos 9810 is still a capable chipset that assures good overall performance. A triple camera setup produces near flagship-grade images whether you take pictures using the main, wide-angle, or telephoto lens. Well, the more expensive Note 10 tends to take sharper images if we compare them side by side, but overall, I'm really happy with the Note 10 Lite's cameras. Pictures have plenty of detail, the colors are usually accurate, and dynamic range is excellent pretty much all the time. Selfies and portraits look pretty good too, although some of the shots could be a tad sharper. Night image quality is pretty good overall. If we compare images to the Note 10, the latter phone's cameras are more consistent and take better quality images. However, the Note 10 Lite's night mode is pretty impressive and it shows the importance of software in mobile photography. Night selfie image quality is pretty good, but only if you take pictures in auto mode. Portraits look kind of grainy. Same as the Galaxy S10 Lite and the flagship Note 10, this phone can shoot 4K videos in both 30 and 60 FPS mode. The overall quality is very good, but if you want a more stable video and the ability to switch between the main, telephoto, and wide-angle lens, you need to record in 30 frames per second mode. There's also the so-called super steady video mode that makes the video look smooth and stable, but there is a lot of noise and quite a few video artifacts. Also, this mode works only in 1080p. 4K selfie video quality provides you with plenty of detail, but the video is ridiculously shaky. That's why I suggest you using 1080p mode that produces much smoother footage. The sound recording quality is pretty good. Make sure to check out uncut video samples on my secondary channel and be the judge. As always, you'll find all the links and show notes down below the video. As far as connectivity goes, the phone has been excellent. Call quality, signal reception, Wi-Fi, GPS, Bluetooth have been working fine, there is NFC and a lot of sensors. Overall, the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Lite is a solid device and it offers a lot of flagship qualities, but to reduce the price of the phone, Samsung simply had to make some trade-offs. Even though Samsung didn't specify this, the device's backplate has a fancy name of 3D Glastic, which is just a strengthened and polished plastic with some glass gradients. It's not a big deal for me as the phone still looks and feels premium, but you need to know this before buying. Other shortcomings or trade-offs include the lack of IP68 certification for water and dust resistance, there is no wireless charging, in-display fingerprint scanner could be faster, there is no dual stereo speaker system, and no LED notification light. So here's my conclusion. The Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Lite is a phone for those who want the S Pen that increases your productivity and is fun to use, a massive and sharp AMOLED display with tiny bezels, good build quality and nice design, good overall performance despite an outdated chipset and near flagship grade cameras, and last but not least, this phone has an excellent battery life with fast charging. At the end of the day, the 10 Lite is the Galaxy Note for the masses. Despite some trade-offs, it's still a solid Note with a lot of flagship qualities for a lower price. What do you think about the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Lite? Would you buy this phone or would you choose another option? As always, like the video if you liked it, please drop me a comment down below if you have any questions, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, follow me on social media, and as always, it was Linus, thank you for watching and see you soon.